Pink Floyd, Mother. We're going to do the guitar solo. How's that? Let's do it. This goes out to everybody that likes Pink Floyd. Alright? Such a melodic solo. You want to tune standard for this, by the way. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Was that right? It is. It is. So here's what we're going to do for this lesson, guys. We're going to cough once and then just kind of figure it out. I'm going to wait for you and see if you get this. Just kidding. Alright, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let me come in a little closer so you can see what's happening. That ought to do right there, huh? So here's what you're going to do. So melodic, man. I'm just really thank you, Fireman Joe. You know what I'm talking about. 12G. And then you go to 13B after that. We're going to bend that a whole step. So we have... Make sure you got the whole step. That's a C note. We're bending it to a D note. So it should sound like when it's achieved its whole step, right? Then we silence it. Don't release it. And then we're going to pick it again on the 13B. But I want you to back it with your first finger on fret 12. You're going to see why in a second. We're going to bend, release, and pull off. And that's a whole step. Bend, release, pull off to 12. And then you'll catch the 13B. So you have... Now, the little things count, man, big time. So that's why I'm emphasizing, don't let it release on the... You don't want that yet. So you got to stop it with the pick, right? Boom, it's done. Now I can release it and we won't hear anything. And you got to go there to pick it again anyway, so it's really a win-win situation. All right. And then we're going to jump over to 9 on the G. Put your middle finger on that, and then go to 8 on the G as well with your first finger. Set them both down. We're going to pick, pull, pick. So we're picking it, right? That's why we want this down in advance, because that's the note we're pulling off too. And then, and that's going to be 5A sliding to 7. Use your third or fourth finger. And then go 5G, back to 7A. And then 5G, pull off to 4. And then 5A. So there's some string skipping involved in there. It's beautiful, man. Gilmore, what a great job. Amazing. Like every note. Don't alter it, man. If you were covering this in a band, you got to play it the same way. So you'll kind of ring that out, slide it a little bit towards the end, moving into the next part. So let's play it up to there. And then we're going to go middle finger 3A, first finger 2A, setting them both down, because you guessed it. Pick, pull, pick. Pick the 3, pull off the 2, and pick the 3 again. Make sure when you pull off you don't go and strum with it. We just need to get that 2 to ring. So if you angle that first finger, even if you do strum it a little, it's muting it, right? So then you're picking the 3 to end it. Short rest, pick the 3 again, bend a whole step and release it. So, and then, so on this, we ended on the, we're going to start, let's just go ahead and grab the first finger, second fret D. So So we're going to slide it all the way up to the 12th fret D. Doesn't really matter exactly where you start this slide because you don't hear the start of it. We're going for the effect of the slide, and we hear that it's a long slide. So it's a gliss, G-L-I-S-S slide. In other words, you wouldn't go, you're going to go. And then knuckle shift down to 12G, and then right back, knuckle shift back to 12D. And then go 14G with the third finger. I would back that with these two. So we have, as you're bending, he brings it down a half step and then brings it back and picks it at the whole step mark, so it never really drops back down to the A note, the 14G there. So oops, try that, I overbent. Okay, just checking my tuning. 14G and 12G, third and first finger. I would stick the middle in between. That's just how I do it. We're going to bend a whole step, release it, and pull it off to 12. So when you pull it off to 12, we got to get the middle finger out of the way if you're using that one. It's a good idea to do that, guys, because here, let's adjust this a little. It's a good idea to do that because it gives you more support when you're doing the bend and control. So and strength. So. Alright, so that's a subgroup in itself, just that. And then we can go to the 13B. So we have. And then 14, middle finger on the D, and back that with the first finger on 13D. And you guessed it, we're going to pick, pull, pick again. Pick 14, pull off to the 13, and pick the 14 again. Those are the same notes that we did here. It's just on the D string, it's got a little thicker tonality. So, and then the last part of this, really cool. Actually, it's cool from the first note to the last note, but he's going. It's a rake. What I want you to do is go third finger, 17B, and then. Actually, it's kind of hovered above the D, G, and the B. Because what we want is to kind of rake over the D and the G and get a mute, and then have that run right into the 17B that we're going to bend a whole step and release. So we'd have, and then catch the 15B. So might take a little practice to get used to that. We're going to repeat that, but a whole step flat. Over to 15 on the B, but do the exact same thing. So it's bend, release on the 15B. So. I'm trying to remember if we went, or I think it's the latter that I did. 13, middle finger on the B. 12, index on the B. And you guessed it. We're going to pick, except this time we're going pick, pull. And we're going to do that 2 times. So it's. Now you can either bar the 12 on the D, G, and B. But if you do, you got to be careful that it doesn't go and sound like a chord. You can do it if you apply you got to shift the finger as you're going to clear one string as you move to the next. So see if you can see how the knuckle or the index kind of moves. I'll slow it down for you a little bit. Or you can go and kind of lift as you go, either way. And then middle finger 10D, we're going to pull that off to 9. And then go 10A. So we have. Anyways, let me play the whole solo for you now, and then I'll chat your ear off for about 2 minutes, and then I'll play it again for you in the outro. All right, so here we go. kidding, on the end, just kidding. So anyways, one thing I wanted to point out is, I need to raise this, that's what I wanted to point out, is subgroup this stuff, man. So you take it in little pieces. If you're wondering what's a good, just so you have a general idea, because a lot of times people, they're like, okay, I think I know what you mean by subgroups, Mike, but, you know, how do I subgroup it? One way that you can look at it is, if you don't have too many notes, because the idea is to take the big picture and shorten it. If you play from any given note to where there's a rest or a pause, where a note kind of rings out for a little bit, that's usually a good subgroup. And you can actually subgroup within the subgroups and even go smaller with it. Like I was saying earlier in the lesson, you can have 2 notes be a subgroup as well. So if you approach your soloing that way, actually, let me take that back. If you approach your guitar playing that way, in general, for solos and rhythm playing, you'll get the results that you want. You know, may not be as fast as you want, and you know, we all want to be able to just, you know, be able to get it. But you guys have been playing for a little bit, you know what I'm talking about. So if you're going to take the time to play it, why not get it all the inflections right, and you know, try to cop the guitar player's feel even in his vibrato. You know, players have different styles of vibrato, you know, and everyone has their primary one that they're more comfortable with, which for me is more of the swoopy, you know, Malmsteeny, those types. But you know, you got the B.B. King, Angus Young, you know, those. You know, people have different ones. Try to emulate those for many reasons, you know. It's all stuff that you can pull out of your magic bag of tricks and use. So that's an idea that I want to give you for subgrouping. All right? Take your time with it and make it sing, man. This, for you people that don't sing, this is your instrument, right? Gilmore knows all about it, but he sings too. I'm just saying. Anyways, a few things I want to talk to you about. If you're interested in private instruction for guitar or bass or vocals for that matter, me and my wife cover that. I teach guitar and bass. She teaches people how to sing. They're private and group lessons. And if you go to my website, rockinguitarlessons.com, there's a tutorial there from me and my wife Jolene discussing how it works, the pricings, the breakdowns, the requirements, all that stuff is there. So I won't use a lot of time here to discuss it. If you want to go there, you can check that out. And basically, you just add us on Skype. My Skype name is Rockin' Guitar Lessons. Hers is Rockin' JoJo, ROCKINJOJO. And I also offer what's called CVT lessons, and these are actually winding up being really cool for a lot more people than I thought. And it stands for Custom Video Tablature Lessons for people that don't have the time. You know, this world, man, I'm telling you, everything just starts moving faster and faster. It's insane. I call it a microwave society, man. It's like on the go. So, I mean, my primary way of teaching is actually not in music stores anymore. It's actually using Skype on the internet. And it's cool. I love it because I can teach. I'm not restricted to a city. I can teach around the world, and it's really, really been a good thing for me. But I do have more than I thought that just can't get the same set time, set day each week, and they're having me do these custom video tablature lessons, which are finely detailed lessons. I transcribe by ear. I get emails all the time asking, you know, how do you transcribe? I'm not going to go off someone else's word. In essence, you could be like, well, but you want me to go off of yours. If you guys have been following me on here, you know that I put my heart and soul into it, and I do trust my ear. Nobody gets stuff 100% right every single time. Not even the bands themselves, these guitar players. But I trust my ear. This is what I do. I'm not a multi-diverse person in life. Music is my thing, and it's, you know, I can't fix my car. Not at all. If you knew me, you'd know I can't. But, so, man, I just totally lost track of what I was saying. It's been one of those days. It's been super, super busy. I'm not even kidding you. I forgot. Oh, about trusting my ear. What I do is I will transcribe it by ear, figure out the parts. I handwrite the tabs, and I timestamp them. I subgroup them for you and number them in subgroups, and that really comes in handy more often for the solo, because that's where you usually got a lot more stuff going on. You know, rhythmically in songs you got verses, choruses, intros, You know, there's usually not tons of rhythmic stuff, but I subgroup those for you too. Really just to where there should be no questions asked, or if there are questions asked afterwards, I'm still there for you guys. But they're really detailed. And then I record a video, upload it to YouTube, and you got the tabs. I just scan them and send them to your email, and then you go, boom, here's your tabs, and here's your video. All right, so I guess we'll stop there. If you're interested, though, head to rockinguitarlessons.com. While you're there, fill out that contact information, guys. It'll keep you in the loop. We do emails once or twice a month, let you know what's going on with the website. There's constantly, you know, little changes coming here and there. There's going to be some big changes too. So until next time, I'm Mike Gross, rockinguitarlessons.com. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, and I appreciate each and every one of you guys and your diverse taste in music. Most of you cats, man, I like it. But even if you're not diverse, you'll find it here. I love everything, and I'm not partial to requests over other requests. I'm like a sponge. I like it all. So thanks again. We'll talk to you guys later. There's a subgroup. There's another one. That's one too.